Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another reading. I am here with Mega Good Vibes, our cheeky, saucy little beaver here on the channel. Huh, my little guide? I've been getting a lot of sweet emails from you guys thanking me for the readings and Mega's presence on the channel, and that many of you have actually been adopting cats because of Mega, and I really wanted to take a time out in this video to say how incredibly warm that makes my heart feel, and thank you guys so much for just being so supportive of the kitty community. And yeah, it looks like this one's doing her own spiritual work, huh? All right, so guys, we want to dive into a reading here. The message I kept getting is that, you know, your confidence is bothering your counterpart, okay? And it's just one of those things that they may feel needs work within themselves, but I'm getting that it is a little bit triggering on the journey. It kind of feels like you don't care, or they're getting this sense of like, it's like their mind is toying with them. Like, does this connection even mean anything to you? You know, are they feeling the connection as strongly as I am? Many of your masculines as well, they're, and I talked about this in a previous reading as well, but they're realizing like their tactics or the way that they operate or communicate in relationships, period, it needs work. And I feel like many of you are just taking them at their word. You know, like if they tell you something and you can sense that it's some type of tactic that they're using, you know, many of you are just, you're not giving in or you're not playing into it. And I feel like it's the confidence that many of you have in your ability to value yourself and to make the right decisions for yourself. And I feel like it's really triggering for your counterparts, particularly the divine masculines, because, you know, maybe it could be something that they wish to also embody as well, as like that confidence or that level of just being unbothered by things that are not of importance. You know, it's like choosing your peace over things that bring you chaos or drama. And this could be a lesson that they might need to learn to embody with like family, for example, or particularly even things at work, okay? And it just so happens that maybe you might be triggering this lesson, divine feminine, okay? So I'm going to give this a quick shuffle, and I'm going to get the feminine's energy here. Like, how do they see you, or just what type of lessons are they learning around this feeling of just being a little bit bothered by your confidence, your ability to stand on your own in solitude, not needing anything or anyone around you, you know, except yourself, your higher self. You know, I feel like when your cup is filled, only then can you give to others. And I feel like that's the light that, you know, many of them may be seeing you in. You fill your own cup first. So we have the garden at the top of the world. Yeah, you tend to your own garden first. And you make sure that it's watered and well manicured. And this allows you to be in a place of introspection when you need to. You can escape into your intuition. You let it guide you. You know, the 3 and the 2 as well add up to a 5. It's a number 32 on the card. And 5 indicates that transformation, that change that's coming up for a lot of your divine masculines. They're going to have to get to that point where they can, you know, forgive themselves, and, you know, at this point, understand and recognize that you're their mirror. You're not there trying to piss them off, or it's not that you're sending off an energy of being unbothered by them, not loving them, that the connection is not real to you. They're going to have to get into that place that says, wait a second, what is my divine feminine mirroring to me right now? Okay, so a lot of them are just kind of watching you maybe be content with the way the connection is. Okay, they could be bothered by the fact that many of you have spiritual knowledge, you have high priestess energy where you're just 10 steps ahead all the time. And it's like they could be wondering how to embody that Hierophant energy to be that same way. Okay, let's get another card. I was going to say one more thing and I kind of lost my train of thought. We also have purity of purpose. So I feel like this is what I was going to say, because I was talking about, like, they're triggered that you guys have the awareness now, and many of you have done the spiritual work. behind being able to embody that awareness. Okay, and now I feel like it's your masculine's turn to do that, but they could be struggling with like, how do I do that? Okay, your energy. Okay, so purity of purpose, just even the way she's so completely focused. I think that many of you are sending that vibe off to your counterparts, your masculines. That you've been focused on the important things, and you kept hitting the target and you kept hitting the mark on the important things of your life and in your life. And she has a bandage around her leg as well to show that, a lot of you have, what it's like to get hit. Okay, you're not dealing with a divine feminine who embodies imbalanced feminine energy. You're dealing with someone who is fully balanced. You are very feminine to the core, and if need be, you understand your purpose here as a human and to embody that balance and that masculine energy. And that could very well be what's triggering them, right? Like to see when your divine masculines come toward you with imbalanced or toxic divine masculine energy, the masculine energy within you, divine feminine, will always step up to the plate and face them. Meg always tends to walk away when I talk about the divine feminines being in their power. I just think it's so funny. But yeah, like that's what I'm feeling. Like you guys don't miss the mark on anything in your life. And what's particularly triggering is that, many of your masculines, like if they are imbalanced in any way, you tend to like point things out. Like it makes them feel like you think that you can do it all, or you're a know-it-all. You might be very independent to the core, but at the same time, they're fiercely attracted to the feminine side of you because, again, you can't embody both. So right now, like, another thing too that I feel is irritating the divine masculines is that they can't seem to find that spark or that attraction or that chemistry that they feel towards you with anybody else. So if many of them are using tactics like going back to karmic situations or trying to trigger you with those things, it's just you're not as bothered by it as you were before. You might have started your own shadow work. Okay, a lot of you are distancing yourselves as well because you're picking up that many of your masculines are going through a lot of changes, and that I feel like it is ideally their path to walk, but they're taking that as you don't care, or like you've stepped off of the path, and you're kind of letting them walk it alone. Okay, why are you in this energy, divine feminine? Why are many of you in this energy? What have you been through? So we have Irene, we have peace. Yeah, it's like that post I shared in my community board, right? It says when you're no longer bothered by it, or when you're no longer bothered by it, it's peace. Okay, so there's no need to worry. Everything is working out beautifully. And that's why you guys keep hitting the mark in your own life, because a lot of you know what this twin flame journey is about. For a lot of your masculines and stepping into that Hierophant energy, like I was mentioning before, I think what makes them uncomfortable is the timeout from society itself. And this is what a lot of our masculines and even feminines are struggling with, is their identity. Okay, many of you who took this twin flame assignment seriously, that's why you're hitting the mark, right? Because you're continuing to dig and dig and dig into who it is you are, and therefore you're not struggling with your identity. And now you have a divine masculine counterpart who, they fiercely love you, but at the same time they don't understand why this love can sometimes transfer into this very highly triggering energy. Okay, but I feel like they'll eventually come to that conclusion. The universe has a beautiful way of working things out, and that's why I say, like, there's really no need to chase and always take separation as a gift. Like, it's almost like the universe is taking over now, and then when separation does happen, it is something to be celebrated, because now it's like, okay, great, you've completed a cycle, and now it's time for the separation to occur. And after every separation, there's always a coming back together again. That's usually a lot more powerful. Okay, next we have Damara, which is guiding children. You are good at helping others, counseling and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. And in both cards as well, I notice that they're holding on to children, okay? And, you know, this is something too that could be very triggering to some of your divine masculines. So I'm getting a couple of messages here. So for those masculines that do not have children, they see that with you. And that's also very triggering because it's really forcing them or pushing them in the direction of purpose, okay? Purity of purpose. You took the assignment very seriously, divine feminine. A lot of your masculines who don't have children, now what I feel is coming up for them is this desire to now have children. It's something that they may have blocked out before, and now it's starting to feel like it's just not natural to think that way. It's not divinely masculine to feel like I don't want to spread my seed and I don't want to love and be loved in a way that you can only experience when you have children. Okay, I feel like for a long time they've been afraid of that. But there's something about you that they feel peace with. It creates that space for them to actually manifest a little bit. Before, I feel like a lot of your masculines, the idea of having children, it completely terrifies them or scares them. But after being on this journey with you for some time, they can think about it in a peaceful way. You're the type of divine feminine that, you know, again, you're very warm, you're nurturing, you're even nurturing to your divine masculine, you're nurturing to your children. You know, for those of you who have children, and for those of you who don't, it's about an energy, okay? Sorry for the shuffling in the background, guys. Mega's just settled down right beside us on my laptop bag. Here, let me show you guys. She's so cute. What are you doing over there, you silly cheeky girl? You're behind the computer? All right. Yeah, so what I was saying is, like, you know, for those of you who don't have children, like, yeah, it's more of an energy thing. Like, it's your energy alone is very mothering or nurturing, and it puts them in a place to feel like they haven't felt in a really long time, which is just safe. I don't know why I'm hearing a song in my head. I don't know what it's going to mean for some of you. But yeah, like, you know, I have somebody who loves me. I don't know, I heard it in a way where it was sung in my head. So you guys might want to just type that into Google and type in lyrics, and whatever the first result that comes up, take a look in there, because there may be an additional synchronicity for you from your counterpart. Okay, but yeah, ideally, like, you're making them want to step on that path, or at least start having those thoughts about creating a family. And they don't see themselves doing it with anybody else but you, okay? And the second group of you that I'm getting is, you know, if your masculines do have children, your presence makes them want to be better fathers and more present fathers, okay? There's something about interacting with you that makes them, and it might be triggering, right? Because then they go back to these karmic situations and it seems like, oh, they're, you know, back with the karmic, and it can sometimes be confusing. But if you guys can, you know, put things into perspective and realize what this journey helps us to do and to teach us. And that's why I'm saying the next time you guys come back from the separation, you're going to realize the powerful transformations that have occurred within you both. But if you find that your masculine goes back and there's more stability, it's because your presence is teaching them that. It's teaching them how to ground themselves, how to be, again, better fathers, how to provide discipline and structure in their own home. You know, and oftentimes, you know, like in my case as well, with my personal experience, for those men to experience, you know, breakups or divorces and things like that, especially after meeting their twin flame, it is also as well to help teach that co-parenting and healthy co-parenting is possible, that, you know, our children do not have to, you know, face the harsh consequences of the family unit breaking apart completely. We can still protect the family unit by both parents realizing that they would have to work extra hard on their relationship and heal it and mend it in order to care for kids in a healthy and successful way, to give them success growing up no matter what happens between mom and dad will always have that due diligence and responsibility to honor that commitment of taking care of and raising children in a way that makes sense even after separation or divorce. So yeah, a lot of beautiful, powerful messages coming up. And I feel like it's coming up because there's a lot that many of your masculines are dealing with and contemplating right now. And just watching you do life the way that you've been doing life since awakening to this twin flame journey, your masculines are closely following behind. What is your best course of action? Divine masculines. That's way too many, guys. I'm just going to quickly just shuffle it, and maybe I'll split it in half so we can get one specific message for the masculines as well as the feminines. So what's your best course of action right now in dealing with the heavy emotions that you're feeling, divine masculine? Okay, so we have the Three of Winter, or the Three of Swords. Reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from this situation. And that's why I was saying for many of you who are going to be experiencing that pull back together after this period of separation that you're in, you're going to see the beautiful transformation that's occurring within your divine masculine. You know, they may be silent or pulling back or cranky, I'm hearing. It is because they are uncomfortable. Okay, they're uncomfortable with where it is they're at, and they know that change is coming. It's just a matter of sorting out what that first step is going to look like. But they are being called to reach out for others for comfort and love and support right now. Like they may be like missing being around people who just feel familiar to them, and it's making them cranky or just closed off. Sadness that will heal with time. Okay, so having to get used to the way things are again for many of your masculines right now. So it is, I feel like your masculines need to hear that it is okay to take their time and to take space and to honor what it is they're feeling, where it is they're at. But also like with the comfort, I guess, of knowing that the divine feminine is there. That bond between twin flames will never be broken. You know, but I feel like maybe for some of them it's hard remembering that right now, especially if they're watching you, you know, go off and be in a good mood and do your thing, divine feminine. It can feel like a bit of a tantrum on their side, like, oh, look at this person, they don't care about me, they don't love me. But yeah, it's just many of them are yearning and longing for you. They could be recently separated from you, and even if it's on their part, it still hurts the divine masculine to be, away from you, okay? But it's a sadness that will heal with time. The lessons will be recognized, but they do miss you very, very deeply. And here comes Mega coming back. Oh, you're so cute, huh? You walk away and are you coming back? Huh? Yeah, that's that separation. And then that comeback is, you know, just even more beautiful than you guys can imagine. All right, let's go ahead and get the best course of action for the divine feminines. So we have the Five of Cups. Okay, so trust that there's a reason for everything that happens. Maybe many of the divine feminines as well are needing a reminder about the separation and that everything is okay. And it's in order, you know, divine timing is at work. It also says, remove yourself from the negative emotions of others. Okay, so even if your divine masculines are cranky right now with the way things are going, do not let that energy affect you. You know, make sure that you gently guide it back. You know, that mirror effect, right? Guide it back towards them. Don't react, is what I'm guessing, or is what I'm feeling to say to you guys, I guess. It's like, try not to react to maybe them being a little bit off with their energy right now, okay? They'll get through it, okay? And it says focusing on that which frightens or worries you. So many of your masculines could be sending off that energy where they're afraid to lose the connection right now, especially with that 5 energy. And it's, you know, Summer or Cups in this particular deck, it's an emotional time. It's an emotional time for your masculines, and oftentimes that can feel really, really uncomfortable for them, but it is part of learning to balance or at least tap into their feminine side, you know, because if they're solely operating on masculine energy, it's going to be a tough journey, which is why this is, you know, really pushing them to really surrender. That's why they're being called to reach out to others for help and support, right? Because that's also something that they're not used to doing. But for both counterparts right now, I would say just go with the flow, guys. At times it can seem very uncertain and very scary. Just take care of yourselves, take the necessary space that you guys need, and always just be grateful. All right, this journey is hard as hell, but just there's so many other things that we have, simple little things around us to be extremely grateful for, okay, including our home, our families, our pets, just life itself, having a job, having, money to buy food, having good neighbors, good people in your community. There's so much to be thankful for, and it's, sorry if Mega's snuggling up against the mic, but it's really easy to lose sight of the simple things around us that bring us so much joy, especially when we're going through the tower moments with our counterparts. All right, so you guys are loved and supported. You guys take it easy, and me and this cheeky beaver butt will catch you guys in the next reading. Okay, all right, bye guys.